We are situated in front of the most important church in the world, the Holy Sepulchre Church, the site of the crucifixion of Jesus of Nazareth. Out in the front courtyard that we are situated now is a traditional site of station number 10 of the Way of the Cross. The convicts that left the city eventually gathered down here 15 meters below us in the bottom of the quarry, as the crowd, the immense crowd, is covering the entire area, watching the spectacle. Jesus and the other convicts will be stripping off their clothing, ridiculed by the people. And one by one, they'll be taken up towards Calvary, towards Golgotha. We are in the Holy Sepulchre Church in Jerusalem, on the second floor. Behind us, station number 11 of the Way of the Cross. It is late Friday afternoon. The convicts have left the city into the open plains. Down into the quarry they go, and the crowd is ecstatic. Thousands of people are in attendance to see the suffering of friends of others. Jesus of Nazareth and his convict friends were gathered down in the quarry, stripping off their clothing, ridiculed by the people. They were brought here up on the top one by one. So was Jesus. They pulled him all the way up, still wearing the crown of thorns, laid him on the cross, and pound them nails into his skin as they are marking him in. The cross was then lifted up and stuck in front of everybody to see on the other side of Calvary. Station number 11 is under the patronage of the Roman Catholic Franciscan Brothers in the name of the Western world of Christianity. The altar itself is the most expensive religious artifact in Holy Land today that was given to this place by the Medici family in Italy. Since the Church of the Holy Sepulchre has suffered fire in the year 1808, most of the mosaic around was destroyed, except one piece. Right above, we have original mosaic from the Crusader time, marking Jesus as the Emperor of the world. We are situated at station number 12 of the Way of the Cross in the Holy Sepulchre Church. We're elevated on retaining walls to the top of Calvary. Jesus was laid on the cross, nailed to the cross in station number 11, and then the cross was lifted up and stuck in top of Calvary for everybody to see. When Jesus died on that cross for the sins of others, a very unique thing happened. The earth shook, and a crack appeared, and his blood came dripping down through that crack all the way to the center of this earth, to touch the skull of Adam, the first man, to forgive us, humanity, for the first initial sin. But then the clouds appeared and covered the entire sky, and the rain came pouring down. The crowd that a moment ago had fun, enjoying and rejoicing with the pain of others and the suffering of good, disappeared and ran home for shelter. Here in Calvary left some few friends, some centurions, some legionnaires. The centurion will come close to check if he's dead and stick the spear between the ribs and the lungs. The Lord has passed. Station number 12 of the Way of the Cross is under the patronage of the Greek Orthodox denomination. As you can see behind me, on the upper part of the cross, you can see a little board that has got 3 lines. On top, in Greek, you have the initials INBI. Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. The B is in Greek Basileus. The second line is in Latin, INRI. For the R is king in Latin, means Rex. And beneath that, you have Hebrew initials, Yud Nun Men Yud, Yeshua Natzarti Melech Yehudim. Station number 12 marks the crucifixion and the actual spot where Jesus of Nazareth has perished from this world. "2,000 years ago, on a Friday afternoon, Jesus of Nazareth died on the cross for the sins of others. The earth shook, a crock appeared, the clouds appeared, the rain was pouring, and the crowd disappeared. Just the immediate family and some friends remained over here as Jesus is up there on the cross. In the far side of the quarry, a man called Joseph of Arimathea and a man called Nicodemus realized the importance of the moment. The Romans has lost their crowd, and they run to the Antonia fortress. Up they go to the offices of Pontius Pilatus and request for him, "Sir, release the boy. He suffered enough." Pontius Pilate will sign the deal. Nicodemus and Joseph of Arimathea will return him swiftly, give the note to the centurions, and Jesus of Nazareth will be taken down from the cross and laid on this stone. He will be immediately cleaned and covered with shrouds. But because we are in a Friday afternoon and the sun is almost setting in the west, Sabbath will enter every minute. Joseph of Arimathea comes with a solution. "Mother Mary," he says, "I cannot bring your son back, but if you will allow me, I will secure his honor by giving him my tomb, who is standing not far away." Jesus of Nazareth will be taken from this stone into the tomb of Joseph Arimathea. The tomb will be sealed by the rolling stone, and as it happened, and Jesus is secured inside, the temple horn is calling, for the Sabbath has entered. Jesus is saved. Because of the fact that Jesus' body has laid on that particular stone, it had turned that stone into the only absolute second-level relic in the history of Christianity. Relic is a holy object. Jesus of Nazareth is the relic number one. But what do we have? Do we have a hair? Do we have a tooth? Do we have a bone? We don't. For the Lord has resurrected and ascended. But what do we know for sure he has touched? The stone of the dead. So anything that touches it becomes automatically a third-level relic. The stone of the dead, station number 13 of the way of the cross. We are standing here in the most important church in the world, known as the Holy Sepulchre Church, situated in Jerusalem on what used to be Calvary 2,000 years ago, in the bottom of a quarry. Calvary itself is the end of the Via Dolorosa, the Passion of Christ. 2,000 years ago, on a Friday afternoon, after the crucifixion, Jesus of Nazareth will die on the cross for the sins of others. Eventually he will be taken down from the cross with the kindness of some friends, Nicodemus, Joseph of Arimathea, and Pontius Pilate. He will be eventually taken to the stone of the dead, the anointing stone. He will be cleaned, washed, covered with shrouds. But since there was no time to take him to the Mount of Olives for burial, he will be brought here to the tomb of Joseph of Arimathea. The rolling stone will be opened, and the body will be laid in the tomb. When the stone will be turned back to its original position, they will hear the temple horn calling, for the Sabbath has entered. Jesus was saved. After 3 days, they reopen the rolling stone and realize that Jesus is not there. The tomb is empty. for the Lord has resurrected and ascended to the heavens to become the supreme power. The cave itself has changed. The facade has changed. Different hats were put on top, but not the stone inside. Station number 14 of the Way of the Cross is the most important of the stations. And the importance of this particular tomb is that it had been found empty, for the Lord has resurrected. If you believe in that, you are a believer. Station number 14, the end of the Via Dolorosa, the road of agony and the passion of Christ. Here in the Holy Sepulchre Church, the most important church in the entire wide world.